Iana, also called Ishtar and possibly Aphrodite, was absolutely stunning. Not my type, I'm not into 8-foot women, but she was stunning. And when King Anu had came down, his sons and daughter had built him a magnificent building, 7 stories high in Eridu. And he met Iana and was smitten with her, not in that way, but maybe possibly. And when he left to go back to Nibiru, he actually gave his tower to Iana. Now, later on, Iana wanted the ME, possibly tablets, which is the information on how to create humans and various other mythological creatures. And what she done was she tricked Enki, because he was the only one that had them. So she went to his place, and I'll tell you what happens in the next video. These are carvings of Iana, but in different locations where she's called different names, Ishtar, etc. As you can see there. But what she done was she went to Enki's location, his building, and she deliberately wore a thin vowed dress. Now, bearing in mind she's stunning apparently, and she took some wine with her, etc. And over a long period she managed to get Enki very, very drunk, and she asked 7 times for these ME. We're not sure if they're tablets or not, but she asked 7 times for them, and eventually he gave them to her, and then he fell into a drunken stupor and fell asleep, and she whizzed off as quick as she could with these MEs, which I've mentioned in the last video what they are. And when he awoke, he realised what had happened, and you'll find out what happens in the next video. Sorry to keep doing these cliffhangers, but there's an actual carving of Iana and Dumuzi, who fell off of a ledge in a waterfall. If you've watched my other videos, you'll know what I'm on about. So Iana was summoned back to Enki's location, building, because he obviously found out that she took the ME tablets. So she came back, but she had given her maid the tablets, or whatever they are, the MEs, in the building that Anu had gave her. So that's where they were, and Iana came all the way back to Enki's place, literally under arrest almost type of thing. And Enlil got involved. So Enlil came over and said, what's going on? And she said that Enki actually gave her the tablets, and Enki was like, well, yeah, I did. Duh. And I'm running out of time, but yeah, you know, what's the next one? Enlil said to Iana, when the time of Kishi comes, you can have the MEs. Now, when Marduk found out about this, he flipped and was saying that his father is being dishonoured and his father's been humiliated, and that he also wants some land in Eden, which we know in the Bibles, unfortunately, says Eden. But Enlil dismissed Marduk, saying, yeah, you're not going to get any land. And now that really annoyed Marduk, because this Iana's really taking the biscuit here. So what he done is he gathered up the Aegi. Now, bearing in mind, he was in charge of them when they were on the Mars, on the away station. So he's got some followers there, and he gathered their offspring and humans, and he went to make a sacred place. And you'll never guess what that was. In the sacred land that Marduk had chosen, he started to build a tower as tall as the sky, and the design was for skyships. Now, we're not sure whether the skyships are ships that fly around in the sky, or whether they were rockets designed to aim at, for example, Iana. He had to teach the humans how to burn and use fire to create stone to build this tower. Now, when Enlil found out, he came out and spoke to Marduk and said, look, stop this. But Marduk said no. So Enlil went away and gathered huge forces to come back and attack this very tall tower, which we all know as the Tower of Babel. And I'll explain in the next video about the languages. So yes, Bible had it slightly right, but not 100%.